guess there are as many reasons to tour Europe as there are people. Go for the culture, the food, the language, the history. But I'm consistently, predictably, and unapologetically lowbrow. I go for the roads. Lots of people have asked us, well, wouldn't you really like to take a nice cruise? Well, we would, and we did. It's just that it was a different kind of cruise, one that hopped across the Adriatic to find, what else? More roads. It all did fit, with some room to spare. It's not like everything's all shoehorned in here. Has plenty of luggage space. We are now in a town called Aprica, which is up in the Dolomites, northeast of Milano and southwest of Bolzano. So it's onward. If there are bad roads in Europe, you have to look to find them. According to BBC's Bad Boy Top Gear program, this is one of the best. It's Route 28 from Stelvio in Italy to Davos in Switzerland. And I'd put it on my top 5, but not number 1. But say this for the Swiss. They put roads over passes where angels fear to tread, and they don't punish drivers and riders with surprise winders or steep grades that buses can't climb. I kind of wish they would, because tour buses are everywhere, constantly ready to block a rider in a switchback, inviting a tip over. Watch this one. Now, your more discerning riders, which I became in the very next turn, will scoot around on the right side before the cars wise up. In the U.S., only California allows motorcycle lane splitting, and there are certain guidelines on how it should be done. In Italy, they have a rule too, and it's this. If you can fit the bike through any orifice, you're good to go, Guido. In this traffic jam near Genoa, I guess there are about a dozen bikes, splitting on what there is of the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and both lanes. Tunnels are fair game too. Speaking of tunnels, this is a tunnel boring machine. It was invented in Europe. And no surprise, there are a lot of tunnels in Europe. I think the Italians would pile dirt in a flat spot just to dig a tunnel. Maybe I'm imagining it, but it seems like tradition is more persistent in the isolated villages of the Alps. On the Swiss border, on the only road out of Italy, the local village shut down the road for 30 minutes for this parade honoring Heart of Jesus Day. 20 bikes and 60 cars waited devoutly. I couldn't figure out if these guidelines on this banner represent the sinews of the sacred ticker, or if sometime during the 500 years they've been doing this, it got away in the wind and took out the tuba players. We'd heard a lot about the Adriatic coast of Croatia, the Dalmatian coast. It lived up to the billing and then some. Only thing is, this part of the world gets a phenomenon called a borowind. It's unique to areas west of Turkey, and it was blowing the day we did the coastal road. I've never been in so much wind on a motorcycle. I'd guess it was gusting to 60, and because the road's azimuth changes, so does the wind direction. In crosswind, the bike absolutely would not hold a line. Valerie finally put a stop to the fun, and we got on Croatia's version of an interstate. Might as well have been on I-75. With my obsessive focus on the ride, the scenery tends to flash by, and one place I wish we had hung around for a day is Split, Croatia. It has been a city for 1,700 years and has been occupied by everyone from the Greeks to the Romans to the Germans. Lovely harbor, and that's where we boarded the Aurelia to sail back across the Adriatic to Italy. The guy on the Super Duke in front of us is a German Moto magazine writer on a 3,000-kilometer tour. Nice work if you can get it. You warm enough, Valerie?
Just barely. My hands are cold. Other than that, I'm not too bad.
Did you enjoy the ride up?
I enjoyed the ride up. Think we're going to enjoy the ride down?
Yeah.